Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Command. The story of the day is pretty clear. The markets are bleeding. We are seeing red across the board. Bitcoin down 5% in the past 24 hours, now moving below 10,600 and has been in a downward trend since yesterday. You can see that this trend is following for all the top coins. Scrolling through CoinMarketCap, the only color that you see here, until you get down to Walton Chain, all in the red. Many of these are double-digit losses. So what's going on? What's going to happen? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Let's check this out in more detail. Going to keep it short and sweet. But the market cap has dropped down to 426 billion. You can see that just yesterday we were sitting at around 460 and things have just been dropping ever since. Now down, moving in on the 420 mark. So this has moved down steadily. So what I would like to do today is check out what's going on the Bitcoin chart, as the market is really just following Bitcoin right now. What are the implications? Where do we go from here? So what we have been paying attention to over the past few days are many of these levels of support and resistance that I am highlighting with the pink and yellow lines. So let's just walk through these. I'm looking at the Coinbase daily chart here on TradingView. So first of all, we have seen a point of resistance around 11,600. And so this is exactly where we were moving as the price of Bitcoin was moving back up. Then we have seen that the price within the past couple of days pretty much hit this level and immediately got rejected. And so what we saw yesterday was that this price was coming back down and really approaching this level that we have flagged right below 10,500. So exact level where I have this drawn is 10,350. So this is potentially a point of support, and it's really in between this channel where we're seeing a lot of price action happening right now. I'm going to flip over to the 4-hour chart, and you can see just how much the price has stayed within this range. So once we move back up into this channel, you can see that the price of Bitcoin moved up, hit our point of resistance, and then bounced back down to this level. Interestingly, on the 4-hour chart, the relative strength index exactly mirrors what we're seeing here, that this upward line appears to be our point of resistance, and down here, right around this 10,350, looks like our point of support. But since we have been moving back in the upward direction, there is a new trend line that looks to be forming. So that's what I have drawn in this blue line. So not going all the way back to the relative low that we saw on the 5th and 6th of February, but if we have more points of contact here to get a better idea of this trend line, also hitting exactly where we are right now, you can see that this looks like we might have a point of support that would have a bullish pattern forming for Bitcoin. So what we could see here, let's just draw a line in here to give you an idea. We will draw our arrow so that you see that we could bounce off of this, follow our trend line through, and this potentially could take us through this level of resistance at 11,600. The biggest thing that we need here is an increase in volume. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see relative to when things were really moving up, the volume was very high. We haven't seen that type of volume in quite some time. But we did have a spike in volume as there was a movement down. But there will need to be a sustained increase in volume to be able to drive this price back up. So that's the story today, guys. Watching Bitcoin, seeing where things are going. Will we bounce off this line and move back up? One thing I know, it's easy to get caught up in these downward trends. I'm not providing financial advice, but don't panic sell just because you see the markets in this downward trend. Remember to hodl, keep your coins, and eventually things will find some level of support. It's always better to buy the dips, and so this might be an opportunity. So the one thing that I am personally doing is setting alerts on these different price levels that I'm watching. So setting alerts to be notified when the price gets somewhere in between or gets toward these extremes. So let's flip back to the 4-hour chart. So rather than constantly paying attention to this price when it's in the middle of this range, as the price of Bitcoin gets near the 11,600 or the 10,350, just have an alert using something like Blockfolio to know, and that way I can react to what's happening. So just keep that in mind. Be aware of what the levels are to watch, and let's try to make good decisions based on this. Hope this is helpful, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give this like if it was helpful. And until next time, thanks for watching Crypto Command.